Tower of God. Wow. Tower of God really is something special. And before we move on any further, I do hope the lighting, everything is good in here for you guys. Hope I don't have a glare on this side. But, wow. This show, I think, really is something special. And I want to be the first to say it. And if I'm wrong, so what? But right now, the show is pretty good. It's pretty damn good, I would say. Looking at Tower of God, man, I got to say, after watching this episode, I kind of walked away. That ED, man, every time there's a good episode, I just feel like that ED just enhances everything because it's just so good. You know, not even visually, just musically, but like, I feel as if that song, that beat, that rhythm, I wish I could speak, Japanese language and understand what they're saying in those EDs so I could just fully, just grasp like the concepts at times of like what the point is. But even with just Rachel laying there, everything just feels right with this show, man. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I don't know what the difference is. It feels like an anime, but it feels like something else. And I even talked to well, I didn't necessarily talk to him, but Glass Reflection actually acknowledged me even saying that on Twitter when I was tweeting at him. It's an anime, but it doesn't feel like an anime, but I don't know what it is. And there's been a couple other people to reiterate that statement, not directly for me, but just kind of come out and say it. So it's really interesting what the Webtoon's going to do. Crunchyroll, once again, hats off to you. Wow, you're really making some moves, and that's no longer something people can deny. So jumping into the actual episode in Tower of God episode 3, I gotta say Koon's that character. He's the character that's gonna be keeping this show interesting. I feel as if this guy's not on the screen, this show gets dull. I really do. I think you notice when this guy's not on screen later on, whenever he potentially won't be. I think it's just gonna be one of those cases. I mean, this looking at notes, originally in the very beginning, I said, oh, so Koon's family was exiled and they were, killed. And then the next thing you know, the show just keeps kind of going with this emotional roller coaster. All within one episode is able to do this. And it really just kind of says, damn, you feel bad for the guy because you don't necessarily know exactly what happened in the beginning of the episode, but you get the omens. You see the signs, and then they're not good omens. So basically from what I got from this, and I probably need to go back and even watch this segment specifically again later on, is that Koon wanted to help his sister. Then next thing you know, and it was a half-sister apparently, and then next thing you know, he got betrayed by probably most likely most of his family outside of his mother, it seems to be. And got exiled from his kingdom, his town. Apparently, the queen hurt him that bad from what they were saying. So whenever you look at the queen, you got to think of you got to think of his mom, right? But yet at the same time, you see his mom tell him trust nobody. Listen to nobody. She says cover your eyes, cover your ears, and cover your heart. Close them all. So I look at this and I gotta say, man, after everything I saw in this episode, the scene that really speaks the brightest and or loudest to me specifically is most definitely the scene to where we have one of the rankers when they're taking that test, and they say to Koon, they're like, don't you want to protect those eyes? He's like, what? He's like, the eyes have seen and or have no doubt. And basically what that scene is kind of saying for anyone who didn't get it on a deeper level, I think we all understand that, yeah, protect him. He hasn't seen some stuff that's wrong with him. He hasn't seen some stuff in the world that's made him not trust people. You look at Bam, and Bam is a character that he's pure. He's pure as pure can be. He's someone who's been sheltered. He's someone who obviously was taught a little bit of concepts, but only with care. He knows nothing but genuineness because that's what Rachel was to him. Now, this could throw things in a loop because Rachel's around, and we see that she's part of some God squad, and she's not afraid to kill. So Rachel is not some spirit per se. She's an actual person. She's someone who's real. She's someone who is in a game that could put them up against each other. So it's very interesting to see what's going on here. It's clear that the other girl in that party was the one that we see on the cover art, the brown-haired, short-haired girl. So that's also something that we need to be paying attention to. Looking further into this, though, I also want to say the scene to where Koon, and it's probably in the thumbnail of this video, the scene to where Koon grabs that clown guy or plastic bag-looking guy, and this, he's ready to just in him right there. It shows you how in depth this could go with the character in the character's past. I think that's really good because Koon's already a character that's got in development. Whenever he had questioned like, hey, don't you want to protect those eyes? Don't you want to protect something that you can? You found someone that was like you one time, and if there's anything that you would do, basically, is protect yourself, right? So why don't you protect that smile? Why don't you protect those eyes? Why don't you protect that genuine person that just reeks of who you used to be before you were hurt? And we see that Koon acknowledges that. So we see that Koon's going to be a good guy. Koon is a good guy. Koon is a guy that's been done wrong. So I'm glad to see a character going in that direction because we don't always necessarily get that direction. And I'm glad that we are now because that's what we've needed. And it's just something that a lot of shows fail to do. I mean, let's think about it. So other than that, though, making sure I did get all my notes until I get my other setup here ready for you guys. The music, whenever they do state protect those eyes, was absolutely phenomenal. Like just how well orchestrated like that scene was. I think that scene alone kind of speaks, and just to, kind of go back a minute or so in the video, it shows you how good the show is and how good the show is going to be. Everything's timed up right. Everything's done with precision, and they hit it right there every time, bro. They hit the nail on the head every damn time so far in the first 3 episodes of the show. And hey, 3-episode rule. And if this 3 episodes has done anything, it's shown me that this show is going to be special. This show is not going to be a show that's just here and gone. The show is going to be around for a while. I thought SAO and Attack on Titan and ReZero were the only ones with any kind of chance of winning Anime of the Year awards. I thought it was ReZero or Attack on Titan. There's just nothing that can hang with them. But I think Tower of God, if it continues to go down the route it does, we have another show to talk about. We have another show in contention. And yes, I'm saying that despite ReZero being in that contention, despite Attack on Titan being in that contention. Think about it. We're on episode 3. How do you feel about the show? If you're someone who really likes it, you probably really like it. You're probably really into it. You're probably impressed how it's just absorbs you into this world and had such a mysterious take on such an action-adventure series. So with that being said, I think we need to watch this show. Let's watch it. Let's get back in about 3 episodes and let's see where we're at, because I think things are about to get real. Rachel and the gang's here. I mean, we have Bam and the gang. We have all these strong opponents. We have the people on the throne. That's a good team. Those two, the girl with the whip and the guy with the sword that slings swords like boomerangs, crazy strong. But are they stronger than people that took out a whole testing group in 30 minutes? That's a question we're going to have to ask next time. So other than that, though, guys, I'm pretty sure I did cover everything I want to outside of saying Rack, the dinosaur guy. I'm not sure how I do feel about him yet. But there's a lot of characters. I mean, look at Full Metal Alchemist. Al's brother is supposed to be the monstrous kind of figure, like, you know what I mean? Look at a show like Fairy Tail Happy is supposed to be the dude that's not the human in the group. We look at Goblin Slayer. We had a perfect instance in that with the dinosaur guy. I mean, there's a lot of shows that like to go the route of having that like monster guy that's supposed to be kind of unaware and sometimes can be just reckless and a savage. It's kind of like Rack is. But I haven't warmed up to him completely yet. I would like to see just a little bit of common sense. Maybe it's because the last thing I watched is Goblin Slayer, and the reptile in that anime was just really good. He's really smart and brilliant, and I just like witty, cunning characters. And that's kind of one of the reasons I love Koon's character. He's such a witty, cunning character. I think he's by far the best character in the series so far. I don't even think it's close. Bam has to do a lot. Bam has such a mysterious past that I don't even think Bam's supposed to be the show. He's supposed to be that dude that's OP, does crazy stuff, and he's a character that you like because he's a genuine good person. But Koon's that character that you like from multiple aspects. You like him because he's not a complete person. You like him because he is a character with flaws and is working on them and is developing and is getting info dumps in. That's what the kind of character he is. We're starting to know him. We're starting to see him develop already. You know what I mean? We're starting to see why he acts the way he does. I mean, the whole bag reference. If that was a reference to what I think it was, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound like an idiot, but he says that bag's awful heavy. So, like, what's in that bag? That bag couldn't pass through the field as well in episode 2. So, They never said an inanimate object couldn't pass. So don't tell me it's like, like a piece of a family member or something. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I mean, I don't know, why is that bag heavy, for one? Two, why couldn't it pass through the thing whenever they never said inanimate objects couldn't pass? I mean, that guy got a sleeping bag through with ease. Is that the hint? I don't know, man. So other than that, though, guys, I'm going to end the review here. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, X25. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.